Here. So for example, you have received your reference. In my case, for example, it is key drawing 00. That's my reference. For example, my reference folder. I'll open it up for you to see it, and then I'll view it. Let's say extra large. So as you can see here, the reference is a sequence of key drawings. Ayan siya. So it's a sequence of key drawings. Yes. And nalaman ko siyang key drawings kasi sir, merong bilog yung kanyang mga numbers sa bottom right. Okay. So as a cleanup artist, I am going to clean up or finalize these key drawings. So from last week na ang kinlean up natin ay isang drawing lang, in this week, we will be cleaning up several drawings, which is also several frames. Okay? Yeah. So, sir, paano ngayon natin sisimulan? Well, I have downloaded my reference and then I have pasted it inside my here. Nasa loob na siya ng aking term folder or ng aking quarter subject folder. Yan. So, hindi siya nasa loob ng plate number 1. Wala. Gagawa ako ngayon ng plate number 2. How do I do that? Pupunta ako dito, class. I will go to my TOONBOOM Harmony. So as I open this, I will just follow what I've done earlier. So ang gagawin ko rito, I will go to plate, or I will create the name plate 02 underscore, still the same, Harold. Next thing, in my location, I'll go to browse, and then I'll go to my desktop. I will choose my folder. I will not double click, ha? I will just select my MA203 folder, select. I will leave everything as it is. And then I will just create the scene. See? Ginawa na niya. It already created a folder or scene folder for me. Ayan na. Ready na siya. Next thing, I will press Control S or I will save my work. Sir, ba't ka nag-save? Katulad nung ginawa ko last time, I saved so that when I open plate 02, there is my plate 02 file. Next, I will also go back to my term folder and I will get my references. I will cut them, Control X or cut. I'm sorry, here. And then after I cut, I will go back here to plate number 2 and I will just paste it there. So now, my folder is complete. And then I'll go back to my Harmony. So ngayon, sa Harmony, this is how I will be placing my keyframes. Saving my work, I'll go to File, Import, Images. Pagkatapos nun, I'll go to Browse. And then I will just go here, Desktop, in my subject folder, And then in plate 02, I will choose this one. That's my reference folder. I'll go to my list mode in the view because I want or I need to select them all. And with that selected, I will just press open. Of course, magtatanong siya. I would like to create layers based on the file names. Yes. I will keep it as an original bitmap. Yes. Color. Yes, let's keep it as this. The alignment, it should be on the project's resolution. Resolution is 1920 by 1080. Just like in Photoshop. I'll keep the alpha straight. Okay. And ayan na sila. There. Next thing that I will be doing. Sir, nakita ko line test or here are the layers. Yes. The next thing that I will do is I will set my playback. What do you mean, sir, set the playback? Well, I will set the playback in accordance to my time or animation timing. What do you mean the animation timing? The number of frames. Yeah. So as per the reference, it's up to 15. 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. 15. So what I'll do here in the playback is I'll go to the start frame. I'll set it to 1, which is correct. Oops, sorry, 1. And then I'll go to my stop frame, which is going to be on frame number 15. So some of you will receive, for example, a different number of frames. Okay? Let me just adjust this so that you can clearly see what I meant. Now, this is the frame range. No, that's the frame range. So that means if I play the animation, it will just be up to that. So when I play it, ayun, hanggang 1 to 15 lang. Now, some of you will receive, sir, paano kung ang makuha kong reference, sir, ay above 60? Because by default, TOONBOOM Harmony provides me with only 60 frames. But what if I did not have, or my reference is above 60 frames? You can type it here. For example, sorry, you can type in the last frame number here. For example, sir, I will end this at, let's say, 85. That's the last frame number. Sir, hindi kumakagat sa stop na 85. What can I do? So, ganito gawin natin ngayon. If it is not stopping there, oops, let me see. Oops. 15. Nag-glitch ako. Ayun, okay. Now, ang gagawin natin, we need, sir, to extend this. because my number starts at, or my last frame is 85. I am only given 60 frames sa harmony. Punta ka lang dito. Scene length. Sa scene length, you adjust. Let's say, let's turn this to 100. And then harmony will give you 100. Ganun lang. And then, let's say, sir, mag-i-start daw ako or mag-i-end daw ako sa 85. So, I'll just type in there, 85. Ayun. And then, sir, mag-i-start daw ako sa 75. So, that's the start frame. Ayun, no? 75 and 85. Pero the question now is, sir, I don't see any reference. Well, that's simple. Because your reference exposure, this guy, is only until 75 years of age, for example. Sorry, 75 number of frames. 75 to 85. So, sir, ang gagawin ko ngayon dyan, I will just extend this one, frames 85 until here, no? I will just select the last frame, which is 85, no? Holding shift, and I'll select the next frame at the bottom, and then I will just press F5, extended na yung exposure. The exposure is extended accordingly. So now, from 85 or 75 to 85, okay, so let me just bring it back. I'll start at 1 and 15. There. Now, the animation is going to be just seen between that. So I hope it's clear, class. Clear ba tayo dyan? Okay, clear, Okay. Next thing ngayon. So, sir, now I have my references ready. I have my timeline ready. Okay? So, magnify lamang natin ang konti. Yeah. Sir, wala po ako last week. Pwede po makahingi ng reference ng plate 1. I advise friends that you view our week 01 recording. No? All instructions are there. Okay? Next. So, this is what we will be doing next. I will now look at my keyframes. I can also look at it or have a better view of it if I will go to my reference folder. Okay? Sa reference folder ko, I'll go to my key drawings folder. Ayan. So let's say in my key drawings folder, makikita ko to if I'm going to view it as a list. In my key drawings folder, ayun siya. Ang title niya, line test 01, 57, 1357, etc. So, yan yung kanyang title. Ang ibig sabihin ng number na yan, class, yung number na yan ay, ano? Kung may nakikinig. That number is what? Yes, that number or these numbers are the keyframe numbers. The keyframe numbers. They're not just any frame, they are the keyframe numbers. So let's say, sir, so si frame number 1 ay keyframe. Yes. So ang gagawin ko ngayon dyan, for it to become or marked as a keyframe, magra-right click ako rito. No, I'm going to go to frame number 1. I'll press right click. And then I will just go and insert a keyframe. Ito, F6. Insert keyframe. Ayun siya. Okay? Ayan siya, class. So, bigyan ko lang kayo ng idea. This is the timeline, yes. And ang timeline actually does not display time, but timeline mainly displays the frames. So, let's distinguish the appearances of the frames. Ito, class, right now, this dark gray frame here, or even this regular gray frames here, these are what you call frames. They are empty. Wala silang laman. So that's why you just see the squares. Next thing, meron ka ngayon sa ilalim. Sir, yan, ano yan? These are what you call exposures. This depicts or indicates that your frame or layer has a content. It has or it is containing several layers. That's how it is. Pero at the same time, the several layers contain also what you call exposures. Exposures are drawings. Okay? Basta't nagkaroon ng drawing ang isang frame, it becomes or it has this color called exposure. It's gray. And then, you will have this, yung may tuldok. Yung may tuldok na yan, that means this is a keyframe. The shortcut in marking a keyframe or a frame as a keyframe is F6. Yeah. So, anong gagawin mo, sir? I will go to my frame or frame number references. For example, tapos na ako sa 1. So, this time sa frame number 3, this is also going to be a keyframe. So, I will just press F6. And a keyframe has been inserted. Now, please do not mind the in-between lines on them. No, just add your keyframes. So I'll just press F6 here. So 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 15. So those are now my keyframes. And since may keyframes na ako, I will now lock. Ilalak ko itong aking mga references. So I can select all of this and then I can just type or click the lock here. Yan na sila. Next thing, I will close the other references. So that means, see, keyframe 1 lamang, no? Keyframe 1 lamang ang aking makikita. Okay? So with that, you have your keyframe 1 already visible. You have your track needle. This one, it must be positioned on the proper frame or keyframe, which is already positioned. Then we can start the cleanup. Cleanup, no? So before we start the cleanup, break muna tayo ng 5 minutes sandali. Okay? So, inom kayo, do whatever it is that you need, no? Before we resume after 5 minutes.